What up? What up? This your brother Donny, aka D Mob. You feel me? And I got my brother with me.
What up? What up?
How you feeling? I see you representing the good freedom joint.
Man, listen, today is Juneteenth.
It is.
You know,
it is.
Happy Juneteenth to all.
Happy Juneteenth. Yes.
Free.
Because we are, and freedom is good.
Free.
Freedom is a good thing.
No more chains.
Hold it, me.
My soul is what?
It's just
Hey.
My God.
Now I'm about to pass an offering plate around. You feel me?
Cash hold up.
My cash out is.
You gotta have a Venmo, a Zelle, too.
You got all the things.
Right?
Right.
You got all the things, right? We got to get the money.
Right.
All about the bag.
Absolutely.
Today, reparations.
Hey, so we can already tell this joint about to be crazy. We gonna have fun, man. I got a very special guest in the house, and you know what? I'm gonna just let her tell y'all about herself and all the things she got going. She sent me a bio, but you know, that's kind of, that can be kind of lame. You just reading the bio. We got her here in the studio.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Right.
So we want to give a warm welcome. A warm welcome to my sister, you know what I'm saying, who's doing big things. Miss Natasha Williams. How you feeling, man? What's up?
You know, I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
I mean, I don't have my bubbly.
Okay, that's all right.
It's a before.
What time?
It's still early. So,
Okay.
you know, we have mimosa would have been, you know.
Right on.
But I'm going to do this with water.
Okay.
Because yesterday was Wind Down Wednesday, so we're going to do it with water today.
Okay.
We're going to hydrate that way. But I'm doing good. I'm feeling good.
That's good.
That's what's up. I need to put my phone on D&D.
Edges are lifted because it's hot outside.
Listen.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right because, you know, after the storm, a cold front's supposed to come through. So I'm praying and hoping that it will. Hoping that it will.
I'm like, Lord, just let a little bit of the breeze.
Yeah, the humidity can mess things up.
It can.
For real.
But I see it's not messing with your hair, though. Your hair is on point.
You know,
Let's talk about that for a second.
Control.
Come
Okay.
on, nails.
You know.
Come on, skin glowing,
Everything.
face showing. You ain't knowing. Let's go.
It's a blessing. I was just on the phone with my loctician, aka my best friend.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Hashtag Kaha.
Come on, Rena.
Rena Locks.
Come
you know?
on, Rena.
And I was like, hey girl, so we gotta go ahead and get into the roots.
We gotta get something
We
going.
gotta snatch the edges back. She was like, yeah, girl, I know. She was like, it's just so much. And I said, I know, girl, but that's our quality time together too. So 4 hours of kikiing and maybe watching some old school shows. You know, I haven't really watched a lot of the urban films in America. So that sometimes can be an urban film day for me.
Okay.
You know, so I'm growing.
You growing.
I'm evolving.
That's it.
You know.
That's amazing.
I love it.
So welcome to Get It Together.
Yes.
You know, this is all about good convos with good people, man. We just gonna chop it up, learn about who you are, you know, where you come from. So where you grow up at, man? Where you native?
I'm born and raised here in Cincinnati, but I hail from Forest Park.
He said hell. Hell from.
Come on, FP.
P.
What's that?
My section.
Listen. In a circle.
Come on.
Hey, y'all ain't gonna get on my nerves with this FP.
Look, listen, because it is what it is all day.
Wentwood.
Jesus.
All day, every day.
All day, listen.
You know, hold on, let's start. WWHS.
Hey, get it right.
Y'all got
We stack over here in FP.
Oh my God. If I get jumped, y'all know who to come after for real.
Right. Yeah, I don't want the smoke.
You don't want none of this.
You're right.
Even though,
Forest.
even though I'm like, you know what, maybe I should go back here.
Right.
Let me just go sit in my corner.
Same.
Right.
I'm the turn the other cheek guy. Like,
Right.
I just got smited.
My friends know I am the one where if we were to get into a fight, it's 911.
You calling.
Immediately.
I'm not getting in.
Yeah. You calling.
Not happening.
You calling. Say you calling. You ain't getting my nails. Ain't none of this about to break for none of y'all.
Nah.
Just got them done.
No. No. Yeah.
No, I mean, people start yelling. I'm, whoo, you know what? I'm gonna just walk this way. This ain't my speed right here.
Right.
I'll catch y'all on the other side.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hopefully it's not in heaven. But
Right.
Boy.
I just get you on the other
Because
side.
things happen.
Right.
Things happen.
Yep.
That is so true. But yes, born and raised Forest Park.
Okay.
I am so I have a really cool story. I'm a baby of 3 boys because I was
I'm a baby.
adopted.
It's the baby here.
But
You were adopted.
I was.
My wife was adopted.
I didn't know that.
Because when I think we were talking when I connected with my birth family. which happened in 2015.
Man, what was
and I'm
that
the
like?
third of 5 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle. So it's crazy because like with my older sisters, we have always said we were probably in the same space together because they went to the road. So, you know, back then when Woods was playing those inner city schools, no disrespect to CPS, we love y'all. But we were playing those schools. And so I'm sure at some point when they came to Wynn Woods, because Bob and Mary were definitely not letting me go to anybody's Withrow, you know, for a game, we probably were in the same space, especially if I was with a drill team or, you know, just like at a game. And it was crazy when we found each other and people were like, oh my gosh, I could see it. Like, yeah, my 2 older sisters are twins. And the second one, her and I are very similar, and people have said it like you and her are very similar in personality. Like you all have now she's a little bit more hardcore.
Okay. Wow.
Because they're from Madisonville, so
hey. So hold on. So your biological family, it was in Cincinnati too?
The whole time.
What the?
So my biological mother was here. My sister's here, my younger sister's here, everybody.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. So when you were adopted, did you have any siblings? Are you the only?
I was the only one. So she had 2 twins. So she had the twins, me, and then I have 2 others. And the ones I was the only one who was put up for adoption. So, and then Bob and Mary swooped me up.
Wow, 1.5.
1.5.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a nutty story.
Yeah,
it really is.
I don't know who my daddy is, and honestly, that's probably an area where I'm like, I've had a couple people, interestingly enough, like reach out to me on social media, like, "Hey, I think you could be my dad's daughter." I was like, doubt it, because we all have different fathers. Okay, and so my birth mom passed away a couple of years ago. Okay, and so unfortunately. Plus, she's a deaf mute, so it was hard for us to communicate. But I never also asked her. I never said, like, girl, who my daddy?
So wait. So biological mom had 4 kids total. 5 kids total. And all different dads.
All just different daddies. Wow. For a white man in there.
Okay, just kind of mix things up. Right.
Shout out mom out here in these streets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was out here.
So let me ask you this then. I mean, having that knowledge, does that make you look at people that you're just out and about a little bit differently than people who are like for myself? All of my siblings are blood. So when I'm walking out in public, I don't think about, is this person related to me or not? So do you view the public a little bit differently?
I don't think so my adoptive family is a large family. I feel like everywhere I go, somebody is related to either the Williams side or the Lee side. It is like, man. So I'm always very cautious about that. Okay. I don't think I really looked at anybody like, oh, this could be my family or this could be my brother. Probably until I met my biological family. And then I started thinking about my dad, my birth father, his side of the family. Right. Who are they? So I think every so often I think about who they are, but based off of certain information, my birth father was an abuser. And so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really need to meet that man. Like I had an amazing father who raised me. And so I'm like, don't really need to meet him. But when I think about like, who could be my half sibling? Like we could be sitting here. One of y'all could be my brother. Right. And that is crazy. But the reality of it is like, it can happen.
Especially here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is so small, y'all. Yeah. Just to kind of put it in perspective, like we're a nice size,
but we are.
Everybody seems to know everybody. Like
for real.
If you run a certain type of circle, chances are I may not know you.
I know somebody
but
who knows
somebody
you.
in my circle.
It's 1 degree, bro. It's 1 degree of separation.
It is.
It's absolutely. And don't like if you went. And I think it's crazy because like when people find out. It's interesting when it's 2 things. When they find out who my sisters were, it was like, dang, like these are the homies. Like one of my homeboys used to date my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. That is how, like, it is crazy now I think about it. But as I've gotten older, because I'm sure you know this, like growing up in Forest Park, I feel like I definitely stayed in my Forest Park bubble. And then once I had a child, it was like I stayed north. I was not a city person. Like I did not go into the city. You know, even when I got married, we stayed north. Like if we went into the city, we were going to Newport on the Levee. We were not going into downtown Cincinnati. Even when I was at UC, I stayed on, you know, like I was in the campus area. And so now I'm downtown more. And as I'm meeting different people, and then you start putting, you like, oh, you know, such as yeah, you, oh, what? And it's like, oh, and let's not even talk about this dating scene. You like, oh, I dated him too.
Ooh.
My God, I did too, girl.
Ooh.
Like, oh, I was married to him.
It's too small.
It's
too small here.
Like, it's so small. And so I spent 2 years in Charlotte. Love that for me because Charlotte was just a plethora of everyone from everywhere. So you met someone different every time you went out. Here, it is like,
it's the same old. Yeah. It's like
seeing the same. I mean, it's very, and it was so interesting once Kale graduated and I really started coming out of my, as I like to call it, my Westchester suburban mom circle and started to venture south. It was like, man, I have been, oh, okay, well, oh, don't know you. Yeah. When I remember like when I actually started going out and it was like, who are you? Where did you grow up at? I was like, I'm from here. Like, oh, I've never seen you out. Never have I ever. Yeah. Because I hang up north.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So before becoming an entrepreneur, like what did you want to do initially? Because I heard you went to college. Was it for business or what is it for?
So, in my life, I had, as most kids do, I had about 8,000 majors. So initially, I wanted to go into sports medicine. I wanted to I wanted to be in medicine. Wanted to do all the things in medicine, thought about going into OB, be like Cliff Huxtable. Like I wanted to do all these things. What had happened was I partied my first year. And I'll never forget my advisor said, and I quote, I don't know if this is your journey. So I said, we're going to go to nursing.
Okay.
What had happened was I had my son and was sitting in the hospital and was like, I don't want to do this. So then, so
was it because of you seen what the nurses was going through?
Just like I just was like, this is not for me. Like, I don't, hindsight 2020, it probably would have been the best thing for me because, you know, with COVID, I could have been out here boiling.
Man, listen,
I'm saying. And then while I was on maternity leave, I started watching Regis and Kelly, and I said, I want to do that. So wanted to be in communications, journalism, all those things. But somehow I ended up in HR. And the interesting thing is, even before that, I thought about PR. If you all have ever seen the movie Phone Booth with Colin Farrell.
Yes.
I wanted to be Colin Farrell. I wanted to be a high profile, calm PR person. Like, and so I go in to this internship at Kings Island in their marketing PR department, and the lady's interviewing me, and she's like, have you ever thought about going into HR? And I was like, no, like, what is that? So they put me in this HR position, and the rest is history. Like, I've been in HR forever. And I sit and I talk to people and I interview them, and it's always wonderful. Or you're guiding them and you're looking at them every day like this. And then you're like, I need to go have a drink because this is a lot.
Right.
HR is just people. It's all just people.
Yeah, so it's customer service all day.
It's like you're hiring people, you're guiding people. I worked at the schools and like the career development, helping people find jobs. And I was very fulfilled placing people and hiring people in like these amazing opportunities. Like that fulfilled me like truly. But I think you get to a place where you're just like, I'm over this. And I definitely was starting to get to that place where I'm like, but it's very weird because as we all know as entrepreneurs, you have those moments, hashtag I'm in it right now, where I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna slide back in and, you know, pick up like a client or I can do a contract or something like that if I can. But yeah, so HR for, if Kel's 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been doing that as well. And I still have one client that I work for, but HR has been my life, and then I bartended always. I've always had a bartending gig.
Bartending.
Okay, so I need a drink.
Hold on.
If I need a drink,
Shake it up.
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in here. You feel me? You don't know. Don't worry about what's in my cup.
Look at us in our freedom colors.
You know what I'm saying?
listen, I mean, I do have the American colors here, but I mean,
It's okay.
We are
okay.
okay.
We all right.
You got the shirt. You represent with the shirt.
hey, here we go.
You got the shirt color.
He said, "Oh, here we go."
Freedom.
Hey, so
Keep saying it, but yeah.
have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit? And if not, when did that hit you? When you was like, man, I'm doing my own thing.
I would say I've always had a side hustle, and that it was bartending. And I think as a bartender, as a server, you have to be an entrepreneur, because guess what? The way I treat you is how I'm going to get paid. That little $2, 10 to 10 an hour that we get is not paying the bills.
Right.
It's my tip.
It's your tips.
So you have to have like this hustle and drive when you're behind the bar or at a table. And so for me, it was always about like making people feel good, making them comfortable. You know, whenever you sit at my bar or sit at my table or in my section, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, I'm genuinely trying to get to know you. And I don't want it ever to feel like it's a forced thing. Like I always wanted my, tables or any of my, clientele, I want them to always come back and be like, oh, where's Tasha at today? Like that.
That's the retention, man. That's what you want is retention. Yeah. You know, when I'm at the mall, how you greet people is everything, bro. Like people, man, listen, it's to the point people come up there and just chill with me. You know what I mean? Because even when I had my store downtown, it didn't say store hours. It said visiting hours.
Makes a difference.
I mean, the brand is called Good Company. So it's like, you my company. Come hang out with me. Come chill. Right. And you will see retention from how you treat people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like that's everything, man. The customer service is everything when you selling product.
Absolutely.
Right.
It is 100%. And that's why like, it's interesting because this year during our festival, the one thing I said to people is I did not enjoy Black Wine Fest this year. Like this year was probably the worst year for me. Like I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have a good time because there were so many people there. And to me, I couldn't touch people. And I like to touch people. And everybody's like, there are over 700 people there. You can't touch her. Yes, I can. I got 3-4 hours to touch everybody that I can. And there's a reason why I greet people when they're coming in. But
and you did a great job at that too. This year was me and my wife's first year. When I talk about loved it, we absolutely every year we coming. What are you talking about? We don't get no tickets. I'm blowing everybody up. You kidding me? That joint, and you did a great job at greeting. You was right at the door, greeting everybody.
You know, when you grew up as an usher, you got to learn how to.
Nah, for real. You
got to greet.
For real, she was taking people gum. She's like, give me this.
It's gonna mess up your taste buds.
Right. Give me this gum.
Yes.
No, but but what you gonna do when it's gonna go get bigger?
And you're right. You know,
what the heck you talking about? You can't touch her. Get used to it, sweetie.
Right.
It's over.
That's very true. But that's an internal. I know that is a me thing. And I think as an entrepreneur, we all know, like, we have expectations of ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have this expectation where I am supposed to touch every guest that comes into my event. When I'm in the event, like I should be interacting and mingling, like, and I tried to in some ways, like I would jump in a picture here and there, or I would like cheers to somebody, or I would see an empty glass and say, what are you drinking? Let me take you here. You know, like stuff like that. But
we people.
Like,
like we love people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like genuinely love people.
Yeah.
And I think it can be a blessing and a curse.
Definitely.
You get one. I had 170 people fill out the survey out of about 1,700. And those 170 people, I think it came out to like 80. I think it was like 88% said it was just okay. Like it wasn't okay, but like they'll come back, but it wasn't amazing. And so to me, I'm like, this sucked. And then like everybody else is like, girl, it's 170. It's like less than 5%.
5%.
Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, but that 5% makes such a difference to me. So I'm looking at that, and I've already made the changes for next year. Like, you know what? We're going to do this. As we say, go back to the basics. And we're just going to do it like this, and we're going to be cool. But those things, you know, like that I take that so personal.
Yeah.
and everybody's like, you can't take everything. Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
And although me and my therapist are trying to work through this, it's a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a people pleaser. I think I get that from, my parents always, you all know this, when you grow up in the church, there are some expectations that happen and, you just got to live and you just like, dang, my goodness. And so I think that just has followed me over into my entrepreneurial.
Let me ask you this.
journey.
Do you feel like the heart to want to please people can stem from being adopted?
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm about to get deep. When you are put up for adoption, I'll never forget, shout out Word of Deliverance. Pastor V said, when a mother rejects, when that initial spirit of rejection hits, when a mother makes the decision, that they don't want this child. And so you got to think, I'm born with the spirit of rejection and I'm walking around with the spirit of rejection. And so I'm like, everybody, pretty much, I'm like, the one person who's not supposed to reject you, rejected you.
Yeah.
So you have to be, I think it is just, and I would say this to any parent, when I found out I was pregnant, did I want Kelvin? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
At the time.
Right, for sure.
Like, it was.
I didn't want none of my kids at the time. Just, I love y'all. Let's get that clear.
Love you.
Love, I'll die.
We
right?
love you. Which camera should we look at?
But this you
love,
yeah.
I love you, Kel. Even though
you wasn't playing.
Morning,
yeah.
This morning I got a bill that you need a motor for that car.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yikes. You know these 22-year-olds ghetto. But yes, we love our children.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a different, like, when you give them up, when you like, it's that full. And so you're always walking around trying to please people. And I think I always tried to please. And I would say, like, I was a pretty good kid growing up. I mean, I talked a lot. I was kind of, I was a kid.
No, because I can relate.
Yeah.
I talked a lot.
Me too.
Me personally, my desk was next to the teacher often.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, your brother used to get me in trouble in like first and second grade, especially with Mr. Johnson's class. I was like first grade.
Let me guess.
Kellen.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all, I'll never forget. It's probably traumatized me. I'm gonna blame him for this. I kid y'all not. First grade, Kellen was doing something silly. I peed on myself.
Oh my gosh.
My
I would
Lord.
never forget it. Like, I was
shoot.
laughing so hard.
Oh my goodness.
Because he sat right there and then there was the
she
app,
remembered.
but I was right here. It was, you have some memories from elementary school.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a memory.
Oh my God.
You get on my nerves.
Kellen.
Oh my gosh.
Ellen, Lord have mercy.
Right.
And he's still the same. Ain't nothing changed.
Oh my gosh.
At all.
Whenever he comes in town and we get up, I'm like,
You're still that kid from the first grade that made me tinkle a little bit.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think that is something that I think that has always been with me. Like even just being great in sports. I won't say I was like the best.
Which play? What sport?
Bob and Mary had me in it all. So let's start off at the top. Basketball, softball, golf, soccer, and track. So I ran track. But my top one was soccer. Soccer, I was Speedy Gonzalez. Like, back then, like, black girls didn't play soccer. So it was like two of us on the team.
For sure.
And we was out there killing it. And then when Tiger got into the game of golf, my parents really had me in golf because I'll never forget my mom said, business deals take place on the golf course. So you need to know how to play golf. So
That's good stuff.
We were playing some golf. Even had a scholarship for golf, but chose to play soccer.
Wow.
But I did.
So your love was soccer for real.
Yeah, soccer was my jam. Now I just hate working out. It's amazing. Like I'll be in that gym, like, stupid. Like why are we here?
But listen, all it takes is a couple of weeks to change that habit and behavior.
I've been
mentality.
doing it for 2 years.
Oh,
and I have been on and off in the gym from 2019, y'all. And when I tell you, this is me.
Yeah, the hardest part is getting there.
It is.
When you get there, you like. But for me, like once I get there and I start working out, I don't want to stop.
Now
that's the thing. It's like, man, feeling good.
Well, I want to stop.
You want to stop. You don't want to go.
Some people need accountability partners.
Yep.
To go with them, to go on the journey.
I had that for like the first year and a half. Yeah.
It helps. It's like training wheels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a mix of group fitness and I have a personal trainer. Shout out to Rockbox Fitness and to Body by Rico. So rock box is great because I'm getting out good aggression, boxing, doing all the things. I haven't been in about a month because I have been just life.
Yeah.
But I have been consistently with Rico lifting weights. Now, I will say, I look at him with such a side eye every 2 days.
He work you.
I mean, I look at him with such a side eye. I'll be like,
you working.
You want me to lift that? And if you've seen, like, I posted a couple reels of like the thoughts that go through, the things that go through my mind when I am in the gym, y'all, they are.
Yeah, your joints be funny.
Why?
I seen a couple. Yeah.
Hair? Like, what? I'm just, let me find a GLP-1 shot like today. Like, this is not what God wants from my life. Like, that is legit.
He can't want me to get in shape.
He can't. No, he can't want this.
This temple.
He
likes this temple.
He's good with it. He like, it's a little fluffy, but you,
but you good. But you good. Yeah.
I got some leg room. I can stretch out.
I remember like one day I was doing some bench squats, whatever, and he was like, he added this other weight to it. And I said, wait, what are you doing? Like, and so it was like maybe 160. I was like, in my brain, who's lifting it? Who's squatting this?
Yeah. There's nobody on earth doing this.
I looked at the wall and internally, y'all, I started crying. Like, I didn't like, I mean, I think I had some tears because I had to go like this. I remember, but I was so.
You start crying from the inside out, you know it's bad.
Right. It was like, I remember when I finished, she was like, all right, good job.
That's all I get?
It should be.
Right. I need a parade.
Right. I need a clap.
Right.
Clap. But his wife, I love her dearly. She gave me this this praise break playlist. She said, this is what you gotta listen to. You gotta listen to a praise break. So,
you gotta listen to something uplifting.
Right.
Yes. But yeah, so yeah, sports has always been my thing, and I've enjoyed it. I enjoy it. Like I did some adult sports. Like I loved playing adult dodgeball, y'all.
Man, I've been wanting to get into that, but continue.
Adult dodgeball is where it is.
Adult dodgeball.
When my kid was playing football, we would play. We were in this league. This crap would be so funny. Like I'd be like, we would be blasted. And we were playing with some folks up in Mason to give you. So we were playing with these suburban moms, and I mean, we were out there.
Oh my God.
Blazing it.
Yeah, blasting them with them little foam balls.
Oh my God.
Like one time, they said, hey, no head balls. Okay.
Dad, come on now.
Because one of the guys, I mean, when I tell you he cracked this lady, he cracked her like right here. I was like,
oh.
Like, nah, don't take the fun out of it.
Listen,
you signed up for this.
You gotta be, I mean, you gotta, I mean, we were
I love that sound effect. What was it? How was it?
Yeah.
You gotta. We was rolling on the gym floor. We had so much fun.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's probably what my body does. What it does, because that was in my 30s, and we probably shouldn't have been doing.
Jesus Christ. So I got a question.
Yeah.
So why wine though? Why get into the wine business?
So this is kind of how this went down. So first interaction with wine happened to be when I was pregnant. Go figure. Because I was bartending. And so we had to taste. And I'll never forget. They were like, you can have a little bit of it, just like 2 ounces. By this time, Kelvin had pretty much been baked. So I was like, okay. He was good. And then I took some time off. And when, unfortunately, I started going through my divorce, somehow I started getting into wine because that was what my friend would bring to the house. When I was like going through my little sitch.
Okay.
And over that time of just going through this traumatic life experience called the divorce, I started drinking more wine and it just became interesting to me. So I was like, well, how do they make wine? Like, what's in wine? Like, I initially started off like, I want to make wine. So that was like where I was at first.
Did you ever make?
No.
Okay.
That's not my
shout out to my mom. My mother-in-law makes wine. So
okay.
I was just that's interesting.
I mean, it's an interesting process, and I don't know if it's my journey. It may one day be my journey, but we'll see. And then the older I got, I think I wanted to introduce us to it more. So when you're working at the restaurants and at the bar, I was starting to see how we would drink wine. And I was like, we are very interesting. And when I say we, I talk about us as Black folks.
Yeah.
I'm like, we drink wine very interesting. Like, we will get a glass of wine and throw some ice cubes in it and mix it. And I'm like, what's happening right now?
What are you doing?
Like, you are destroying
oh my God.
our wine. And I remember though, I did it. I will never forget. I was like 24 and I got a glass of Merlot and I put some Sprite in it. Like, what am I doing?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Trying to make a sangria.
Wow.
So keep going. I've always known that I wanted to do something with people. And I thought about a bar, but owning and running a bar and a restaurant, it's just a lot. That was not, I'm like, I can work there, but I don't want to run it. And then I think really what did it was watching kind of all these other cities doing these different things within and surrounding wine, and it just became more interesting to me. And then it became more interesting in a sense of how can I help educate our people about wine? Because the reality of wine is or can be considered an expensive hobby. I think about when I was in corporate America and you're going to dinners and lunches and they're ordering wine and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I do not want that Chardonnay, but I'm drinking it because this is what you do in that space. And so I'm watching, like I'm in this experience and in this moment, and in my head as I kept getting older, it was like, I don't want like new grads to go through, that experience of not feeling educated on wine or not feeling like they can also sit at the table with a glass of wine, things of that nature. And I think that over time, that's kind of what's been driving me. And so when I thought about, Black Wine Fest, it was, well, because I go to festivals, but where are we at in these festivals? And I know that we have tons of wine.
Yeah.
So let's start showcasing them. But then it's also a way to educate us on wine, how to drink wine, making wine approachable, making it fun and not stuffy. And my tagline, wine is to be lushy, not stuffy.
Yes.
Now that joint, I mean, and shout out to you for the Black Wine Festival. Like I said, me and my wife had a really great time this past year. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for allowing me to be on the panel as well. It was super dope. But now this joint, it sells like, how fast has tickets sold? What's the fastest the tickets has sold out?
Last year, 48 minutes. 48 minutes.
Not 48 hours.
48 minutes.
48 minutes.
Hold on.
48 minutes.
40.
And how many?
That was 1,200.
Oh my freaking God.
Okay, guys. So just to keep that into perspective, that is like how many each minute? Like roughly like 20? 20 every minute?
All I know is I was getting in the shower and I started getting blown up and I had to get out the shower and I was sitting on my couch stressed out thinking the system had crashed because of the text messages coming in from between my team and just people who know me and, they have my information. They're like, between the DMs, I was like, thank the Lord I hired a social media manager because this year I'm like, hey girl, you can handle that. Like between those DMs coming in left and right, like, hey, I'm trying to get on the site. It's crashing. It's this. I'm like,
oh my God.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. And trying to talk to the ticketing platform itself, like what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So listen, Black Wine Fest, when it come up again, it's coming up.
Tickets will drop that first Friday in November.
Listen. You play around if you want to. You'll be watching us. You'll be watching us.
We're gonna drop the theme next. Theme will get dropped next month.
Okay.
So you all will know like what to expect. And realistically, like I said, earlier, we're going back to the basics. We're taking the feedback from the people. So next year we're kind of, I won't say like we're going back to year one, but we're probably going back to year two. Because we're gonna be back at Music Hall. But we're going back to the basics. We're going to make things a little easier, not as, probably won't have as many vendors. We probably won't have as many vendors. We'll probably scale back a little bit. This year, our numbers got a little inflated. And so I want to go back to, as much as I don't want to cut the numbers, it just, with that space, I don't want people to feel on top of each other. And let me tell you, this year, did you go evening session?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you were day sessions. Day session's always been our turn up session, kind of, sort of. But evening session is a show me session. And so they come correct. But I think both sessions this year, y'all went through all of the liquor within an hour, like 30 seconds, all of the food within 30 seconds. And it was like a cluster. And I was like, I don't want this ever again. And so I was like, we have to adjust the numbers.
Yeah.
So with that being said, folks, we won't have as many tickets on sale next year.
So look, all I ask is just save 4 of them. Save me and Sierra. And and my bro, we got to be there. We got to get some footage. We got to get it going.
I got you.
That's all I ask. Y'all heard it. I'll get it together.
Right.
We got 4 tickets.
Right.
4 tickets.
Now let me ask you this question. This is more along a business question. You don't have to answer this question on camera, maybe after. But when it comes to like the pricing and everything, with it going so fast, typically what I've learned and what I've heard in business spheres, they say that when tickets go fast or pricing or when people say yes too quick, that means your pricing was too low for people to be able to grasp on. So if you up the price, would that be better and will that bring in a different quality of people?
You know, the interesting thing, so that's something my team talks about all the time. And I feel like this. I have raised my prices now every single year. And I know.
Can you disclose what they are now? I mean, at least for last year.
Yeah, what was it last
year? 85 and 160, I believe, or 85.
Okay.
It was like 80, maybe it was 89 because we added the fees or something.
And what was that for? What was the different tiers for?
General admission and VIP.
Okay.
So.
It's only 2.
Right.
Okay.
And so as I think about next year, as much as I know they will probably want to raise the prices, I'm very cautious of it because I know year 5, we are like, I'm already, and I think this is why I'm going back to the basics next year because I'm already planning year 5. As I talk to my sponsors, it is, yes, I want you to sponsor for 26, but oh, by the way, can we just lock you in for 27 too? Because that's year 5.
Yeah.
And year 5, we're going into a new venue. We're changing some things up. We're going to have more people for sure. There's just a lot of things that are changing for year 5. And so I know that year, that the prices will go up. So it's hard for me to justify raising my prices next year. Yet again for the 4th time because I've done it every single year. But I agree with you in a sense of, people are paying, if they're going too fast, that means you price too low.
It's true.
People, because I was even concerned about the pricing this year. I was like, or was it?
But it's a really great quality.
It was 100 and 150.
But the quality of the event warrants.
It does.
I mean, in my opinion, it's worth every penny. It really is. That's just the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I feel. That joint is nice, bro. And it ain't nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
And I love to hear that. I really think about some of the festivals that I've went to, the wine festivals of other cities. And I think about like just how, we're bringing this really dope event of quality. We're bringing in these winemakers who you don't see on the shelf. We should be supporting. Shout out to all of the Black winemakers. It's Juneteenth. Let's go support and buy a bottle.
Today.
Right. Today. I mean, even if it just sits in the house and you sell it for a little bit, let it settle. Still go buy one. But we're bringing in these winemakers and I'm all about an experience. So I think for me, everything is about like, what was your experience like? And I think that goes back to like customer service and being a people person. It's like you want to provide this experience that when you leave, I want you to think about this like years from now. Like, oh, you remember at the wine fest with a joint, like you see pictures come up like I had an amazing time. On the flip side, it's like I want to give you an experience, but I also again want to make wine approachable and fun and educate. And I think the struggle can be trying to please everybody, for sure, and making sure everyone does get a little something. Like there's something there for everyone. So yeah, especially like the fellas, like trying to get the fellas out. Man, this year I was like, hey man, my events are inclusive. That means get your look together, get your friends together, and come because I have so many single women. We already had a Black Wine Fest baby. We need a Black Wine Fest wedding. If somebody wants to propose to me, that's great too.
We all here for it. We gonna me and Vern gonna keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Quality men. We ain't bringing
quality.
No slouch.
No.
Not no Kool-Aid guy.
Love Jesus. That's got to be.
First off.
You got to love Jesus.
First off.
That better be.
We on that.
Your feet better hit the ground. Now, I may not pray every morning my feet hit the ground, but your feet better hit the ground. And you better say,
that's the hate.
Listen.
Right. Come on.
Immediately.
Yeah.
In the words of T.I., expeditious.
Get on that prayer game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Step your prayer game up.
Right.
All day. Yeah.
I need you to keep me covered.
Man, that's the job. That's the job.
Aren't you the head?
Isn't that what he said?
So what are some of like the challenges you face in this industry, and do you find it more difficult being a woman?
Oh, absolutely.
And especially a Black woman, you know what I mean? So what's some of those challenges?
I mean, I could definitely say I was on the phone with my girlfriend rolling in, and I was just telling her, like, this is an up and down industry. So for me, my busy season is really like November to, because of Rose Fest, I would say to June.
Okay.
And then I have this downtime.
Yeah.
And so let's first, if we're being 100, the funds, like the financials of it all, the up and down is insane. And I think for me, because I would say in the last year, I really started making money, but now I have to change how I work with money. So now I have to start using my accountant and my bookkeeper more. So like, that's like, I think that's every entrepreneur's challenge. Like that's massive.
Yep.
I think also because I'm still so young, getting people to take you serious in this space, #wine industry.
Yeah.
They don't take you, if you are not committed to it, if they don't see you all the time, people do not take you serious. Like, because it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's like people just do it to do it. Like, oh, I want to be a wine blogger. Oh, I want to be a this. Oh, I want to be that. Or I want to be a psalm. Or I want to be a bartender and do all these things. But you can do it, yeah, but it also takes work. Like, and you have to, and what people don't understand is in this space, so on top of hosting events, I'm a distributor, the margins suck. Like, you don't make any, like, your product has to be moving. There's a reason why, like, your Woodbridge and your Behringers and your, what do we drink? What do our people drink? Stella?
Stella Rosé.
Yeah.
Stella Rosé. Those products moved, Red Electra, because people are buying them. Like they're flying off the shelf. More product moves, more money that's made. But some of these Black brands, I mean, they're small producers. And so some of them can't even keep up with the demand. And I think that is always a struggle. So like for me, if I'm going into a restaurant, I'm asking like, hey, why don't you add this to your menu? Or a retailer, why don't you add this? The problem is nobody knows the brand.
Man, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the brand.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. And then if they haven't tried it, it's like, and God forbid it's bad or bad to them.
Correct. Because it's all preference.
Right.
That's a whole other story. So it's like, I think you have that challenge. So for me, like with both of my festivals, it's, getting certain people on board to no, this is what I do. Like, this is serious. Like, this is for real.
Yeah.
I think being a woman, it's always challenging. Men look down upon you. I have a level 1 set song, working on level 2, but I wear my lapel pin in certain places just so people will take me serious. Like, especially some of these steakhouses, they'll look at you like, no, like, no, like,
I'm for real. I'm for real about this. I'm for real.
Put some respect on mine. Like, I mean, I may not be up here knowing the master court of Psalms and all those things, but I still, have done some studying. I have taken a test. I mean, this is probably the easiest test, but I still do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think like those challenges of being respected in the industry and in the space, absolutely. If we're being honest, being Black, like we are always, as you said it, being a Black woman in this industry, although we are starting to take over, it is still, depending on where you are, we are in conservative Cincinnati. I am not going to be taken seriously half of the time.
Yeah.
So I have to prove myself. And so I think over the last couple of years, yes, I've proven myself.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't get to relax. I have to always it's almost like I always have my shoulders up. Like I always have to be on, and you have to present a certain way, so people continuously take you serious.
Yeah,
you have to things that I have to do, I have to go and spend my money in certain establishments to get respect, to start building relationships.
Yeah.
Versus, my counterparts who could probably just pick up a phone call, pick up the phone and make some calls. So do I think there are some organizations and some restaurants and people who get it? Absolutely. But I'm still fighting an upward battle.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to continue to fight it, at least for another 2 more years. If I'm being honest, I feel like by the time I hopefully get to year 5 or 6, like I finally have gotten to a place where there is that level of respect. And people are just saying like, oh, it's just a thing.
Yeah. Well, you're building the foundation now because what you have done, what you have accomplished in such a short period of time and the success of it. When people, I guess later on, like you said, year 5, 6, that comes up, people will be like, oh, it's you.
Yes.
It's not just, oh, this is the person who has knowledge, but this is a person who is not a shaker and a maker and mover in the game, because anybody can go and gain knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
But to put on for the community, that's a whole nother monster that even the people that have been in it for a while haven't even touched or even considered.
Yep.
That's good.
Absolutely.
So you have a major leg up.
Yeah.
That's why we got to continue to support, our small businesses, man.
Absolutely.
And this is one of the reasons why we do this. You know what I'm saying? Me and Vern do this is because it's like, yo, man, we love people. And we love seeing other people win. You know what I mean? Like I share game. You know what I mean? Muzz come up to the mall. Hey man, I want to start I'm up there for hours talking to people about how to get their stuff. Yeah. And it's like, man, we can't gatekeep. We can't do that to each other, man. Like we need each other. That's why I shout out everybody who support Good Company. You know what I'm saying? That's why Good Company is always always doing something to give back to our customers. It's like, no, man, do y'all realize that without y'all, we through? Let's just be 100. You know what I mean? And so showing that love and getting that support, we honor our customers. You know what I mean?
I love, and it's interesting, I'm not in a position, and I say it every day. Like today, I woke up, I said, okay, Lord, in today's request, just 65,000. I'm gonna bring it down. Yeah. Just 65.
Yeah.
But I legit cannot wait till I can get to the space where for me, it's not a big deal if we want to keep the ticket prices the same. Because guess what? We got it. Yeah. And I've already built such a reputation. At this point, we want you here. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things that I'm paying out for now, it's like, no, we want to be that sponsor, or we want to do this, or we want to do that, because we want to get in front of your demographic. We want you to help us be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate all of the support. And
especially for everybody who pay full price.
Come on.
Because you got to realize we got everything budgeted into the product. We got to live. We got to invest back into get more product. We got to get promotional items. There's marketing. There's people that we got to pay. Like the misconception is we getting 100% of the dollar that you give us. Cut that in half, then cut that half in half.
Right.
I'm not.
It's like we're not getting everything.
Right.
Like we gotta charge it. But when people do pay full price, it gets us to the place where we're able to give back to our communities and not sweat. You know what I mean? Like we need that support, man. Like we're not just charging because we feel like it's like, no.
We got to.
Yeah.
And like right now I'm starting to add the swag to, I'm starting to add swag and, just certain things, just little items. But even as I'm like, I tend to get more creative when I have a few boozes in me, a few glasses.
Yeah.
So like, even as I'm thinking about things that I would want to sell, like my swag, like the swag I had at Black Wine Fest this year, one of my hoodies like completely sold out. And I was like, well, shoot. And again, I did it intentionally. I did 50 of them because I said this is a limited edition hoodie. Like
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I have my black ones, and then I have some t-shirts and some other items. But you're like, I'm like, okay, if this is how much and I want to be able, you want to be able to, hey, use this code just for this day. So like in my birthday, I tend to drop a code, but I mean, I look at both of my festivals. Black Wine Fest sells out. Cincy Rose Fest the first week or the day tickets went on sale. I think we sold like 475 tickets in just one day.
Jesus.
So it's like, I appreciate the support so
Yes.
much. And I truly do. And that's why it's so important for me to put on, these really dope events and, create these experiences. And I love the people who are like, full price. Like I love like my sisters, I love them down like in a sense of they never ask me like, yo, can I get a hookup?
Yeah.
So for Black
Love
Wine Fest,
that, man.
I always give them, because that's like our family reunion now. That's when all 5 of us are together. But for Rose Fest, they all buy their tickets. Like, it is not a like, oh, can we get a hookup? None of my friends have ever said, can I get a hookup?
Yep.
There are those people that have been with you from day one.
Yeah, of course.
And you're like, let me slide you.
Absolutely.
If you've been riding with me, let me, you know what I'm saying? And that's like something I look forward to, like year 5. I want to be able to even look back, because although people don't think about this, I have a very good memory when it comes to people. And so, I can go back and look, or I can go back and see, or if I've seen you every year from year 1 to year 5, I want to be able to say, when you go by your year, like give you a heads up, like I'm dropping this ticket for you at this price.
That's right.
Because you've been rocking with me for this many years. Like you deserve a little push. Like you deserve a little something. I want to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Heck, if God could give me just unlimited amount of cash, I would just do
it.
Yeah.
Listen,
I would love to just do it, but unfortunately, it costs.
It costs.
So you gotta figure out a way to pay for it. So.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah,
what's your overall goal? Is it to get it big, to sell the company?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I am learning. One thing I'm learning about myself. I have now become a serial entrepreneur in a sense of. I definitely want my legacy to be my nonprofit. So my foundation, I will definitely continue to ride with that. I want that to at some point get national recognition. Okay. And as I'm slowly like figuring out the ways to put it together, like that is probably where, God willing, I live to my 80s. I'm still 80 sitting at this board, sitting at the table, this is what we're doing. But with Black Wine Fest and Cincy Rose Fest and even Lush Life brands, the goal is definitely to take it and sell it. Like somebody come buy the rights to this festival and let me go on to the next thing, whatever that looks like. Be it if all it is my nonprofit. So that philanthropy is really something that I value, and I want to be in a position to do it.
Absolutely.
I've loved being a distributor and being able to bring brands in the state, but I want one of these other distributors to be like, hey, we want to buy your portfolio. You absolutely can. How much? Yeah. Let me go to my attorney.
Yeah.
You absolutely can buy this. That's just, I think, but that's every entrepreneur's dream in some ways. You want your business to be purchased.
Yeah. Right. To continue on without you. You know what I mean? Yeah. The good company has to go on without me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the message of the brand, I mean, that's my heart. You know what I mean? To get that joint and it just continues to go, man. And it continues to push that message about watching who you surround yourself with in our communities. You know what I mean? I think it's a necessary thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would completely agree. I mean, and here's the thing, like I love being an author. I love it. Yep. And I hate it all at the same time.
Yep. I want to jump off a roof every 3 months.
Boy.
It's like every 3 months. Okay, it's that time. Yeah. Somebody talk me off the ledge, bro.
Right.
Please. I'll be out of here.
I'm telling you, I am this is like when that one and don't let like other, I often say like don't let life happen. 'Cause you still got a business.
Yep.
But life has happened.
Absolutely.
How do you, my Lord?
Yeah.
So, as Kaha and I talk about often, leaning on Jesus.
Yeah.
If we're being honest,
he's straight up my kickstand.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's all. If you don't have anything, you better have some highfalutin Jesus.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Or you are just going. I told a friend. When was it? So. Obviously, I had a personal incident, and I had not did a Bible study, a script, nothing in the last 2 weeks. And the other day, I said I'm going to pull out my dad's Bible. So my dad's been gone this year; it'll be 7 years. And I pulled out his Bible, and he got one of those old school Bibles that's messed up, where Genesis may actually be in Revelation. He was studying the word so much.
It got used. Yeah.
It's been.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me ask you, did the paper make the crinkly noise?
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
And you got
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah.
And
Some might be stuck together.
Gold foil on the edge is all worn out.
Mm-hmm. The highlighter is you see it on the other side. Yeah. You know how? Yeah.
One of them Bibles.
Mm-hmm. One of them. So, you know, it's anointed.
Yes.
So I opened it up and it was at my favorite book, my favorite scripture, my favorite book of the Bible. My favorite book is Romans, but it was at Romans and it was like 8:18 and 8:28. Romans 8 and 20. Those two, like, I mean, like when you talk about living off of some, those are the two for me.
They're the ones.
And so when I saw it, I was like, all right, Pops, I hear you. Like it just gave me some reassurance. But even though there's still craziness around us, it's, you know, Kirk said it at the BET Awards, when it don't make sense, you know God is in it because it don't make sense. So I'm like going through something right now. I said, now God, I don't know if you in this. Like it still don't make sense. This is just looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out. And so I think, as we say, and I think we've talked about it, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Man, listen. Highly not recommended.
Ghetto.
Highly not recommended. That's why I ask people like, listen, what is your why, bruh? You want to jump in the entrepreneur for what?
You want flexibility? Figure it out. Find a new company.
Man, it's the top 4 hardest things I ever had to do in my life. Top 4.
Complete. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this almost matches up with being a parent. Almost. Yeah. Because being a parent is ghetto. Depending on how many you got. That's
why your why gotta be. Your why can't be money. I want to be an entrepreneur for the money. Are you kidding me?
No.
1 minute your account be looking real sexy. You got 5 numbers up in it next.
We going to the movies. We going to the movies. Hey, you can get extra butter. You get extra butter on your popcorn, babe. Yeah, I got it.
Right. Yep. We going to Ruby's. We eat. Let me drop 300 on it.
Yeah.
And you look the next
month.
-6.
Yeah. You be like, I just. Yep. Like it's so hard to understand. Like you just don't understand the flow of entrepreneurship, bro. It's crazy.
And here's the other crazy part too, is that a lot of people don't think about this, but entrepreneurs, it starts from those who are like on our level, all the way up to your CEOs. CEOs are entrepreneurs because they run a business nonstop, and they go through the same thing.
Go through the same
but
thing,
just
bro.
A different tier.
I don't care who you are, what company, Gucci, they all had a months where it's like, oh my God.
Numbers ain't looking right.
What we gonna do?
You being real, you know that Target CEO looking like,
oh man,
not good.
Yeah.
You know he over there stressed.
Nah, for sure. For sure. The biggest companies in the world go through, they just don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? They don't say, hey, we don't know what we gonna do. They ain't gonna put that out there. But sometimes they don't know what they gonna do. Big businesses close all the time.
All the time.
Big company that you would think would be here around forever.
Yep.
Like,
dang, they shutting down. It's like,
or you feel comfortable as an employee. Next thing you know, it's downside season, and you're looking like, what happened?
Absolutely.
Something happened up top that you wasn't privy to.
No.
And it's just like how it is when you were a child and you looking at your parents. You don't think nothing of it. You just wake up in the morning, breakfast, wake up, electricity on, everything is going cool. But your parents are stressed out. Stressed out. And they don't tell you nothing.
They don't tell you,
nothing at all. And I remember so my kid chose to forego college. What was supposed to be 1 year of a gap year has now been 4.
Oh.
And, we're letting him figure it out. And now he's coming back to figuring it out. But in that, he did not realize what it was like to live on your own. You want to be so wrong.
Right.
Look at you.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And here he is. And now he back home and he like.
Yeah. It's rough out here in these streets, cuz.
No.
It's rough out here in these streets.
Right. Right.
That's why with the car, when the car thing happened this morning, I said, when was the last time you got an oil change? And he just looking at his phone like, I thought it would.
That engine lock up. like your hair.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's through. It's like
done.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Legit. I call his dad expeditiously. Hey, we got a problem. And this one is on you, my guy.
Yep.
Thank God for the good co-parenting relationship.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But and you know what? I even think when I think about being an entrepreneur, I didn't choose to step out until Kelvin became an adult. Because I don't think I could have done this.
Yeah, you counted the cost.
As a child.
That's another thing. Count the cost.
Yeah.
Every time I'm about to just jump out on faith. You can okay, you can do that. You can do that and not count the cost if you want to.
Right.
And you gonna find yourself in some mess. You better count the cost.
Right.
Listen, I got faith when God tell me to do something and I don't understand, I still got to go in faith. But certain things, it ain't about faith. It's about counting the cost on things you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got faith when God say, do this, do that. And I'm like, I don't see how, but I got faith.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm going to do it. Right?
Right.
I don't know. But when it come to this business, you better count the cost, bruh.
Yeah.
You bet not. I'm going to just jump and build the plane on the way down. Good luck. That might not work for you.
No, I do not.
It's serious out here.
It is. And you're doing it. There are so many factors. You know, Black women are like the top, I guess, growing group of entrepreneurs. And that is like amazing to me. But I also think about Black women are also the top group of single folks out here. So it's like we're out here as single women trying to build businesses. And it's like doing that alone is another beast as well. Because I will say it till I'm blue in the face. Do I think as a woman I can run a company? Absolutely. Do I think I can be a leader? Absolutely. I know I have it in me.
Yeah.
But there is something about having the brain of a man who is your partner, who is helping you navigate this season. Because you'll have an idea, and people say it all the time, and we all fight it as women. Like, no, we're not. They're like, you all make emotional decisions.
Come on.
The real, y'all, we are emotional.
Listen, why are you starting a new podcast session?
Thank you for being 100.
Emotional.
Thank you, man.
And
it's okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
That's the way you're built.
That's the way you're built. It's nothing wrong with it, right? But you have to parallel that with being logical too.
Hold on.
You have to.
And let me tell you this. That's the missing half of a man. And that's why you need both sides.
That's why you need both sides.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. It makes sense.
You to go up top.
No problem.
Daggone.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact, man.
We need that.
Both need logic.
both.
Both need both.
Because I can say something, and I used to see this gentleman, and he much older, and we would have certain conversations, and he would be like, does that make sense to you? And he's a business guy too. So he would say certain things like, no, you need to look at this. And when you're looking at your P&Ls, this is actually what you need to be reminded of. Okay, we can stop this conversation. Because now I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, emotional.
You know, let's take a break. Right. Sure. Right. Whatever. You're so right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let's come back to it.
Let's come back to it, right.
That is, and especially as we're getting old, like we are creatures that when we all get to heaven, we have said it, we are cussing Eve out.
Man,
like,
listen.
with every
swinging on Adam. I'm sweet. We got Adam. The guys got Adam. Don't worry. We got him
in the corner.
We got him.
All you had to do, my brother.
Look, I put a post on Facebook. And I said, never taking accountability and admitting or apologizing when you're wrong has got to be one of the biggest insults to God. I imagine God like, oh, so you me now, huh? Okay, bet. It makes sense why people like Paul was so comfortable in confessing how imperfect he was and admitting his wrongs. Ain't nobody on God's level of being right. Standing corrected and apologizing isn't the end of the world. So don't let pride rule in your world. You know what I mean? Like it's okay to drop the ball, but don't act like you didn't drop the ball. That's where you get on my nerves at. It's okay. I apologize. How can we move forward? You know what I mean? What can I do better? But when a mug fumble and he don't try to dive on it, but then he say, well, so-and-so dropped, now he pointing at the wide receiver. He dropped his pass. We ain't on him.
We talking about you
right now. We talking about you right now with this fumble. He got it for dropping the pass. But what he didn't do either was act like it was okay. See, you ain't even seeing the after effects of after you fumble. We ain't getting on you because you fumble. We getting on you because you act like you ain't fumbled.
Right. You should be saying my bad. This would be your only emotion. You should be.
That's it.
That's on me.
That's on me.
And you know, I think as you get older, I think a part of it also comes with age, because I feel like as I'm getting older, I can own like, you know what, I messed up.
Yeah.
And some people, if that's all I have, that's all I have. Like, I know how to say, you know what, I messed up, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that place. Even if I'm being totally 100, even with paying some of these dang on invoices, I'll be like, hey, I ain't got it right now. Like, give me until like this day.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna finesse some things down, and I'm gonna
move some stuff around.
Right. I'm gonna go to somebody and borrow it.
Yeah. Whatever we gotta do.
You really, Like, and shout out to all of those people, because I have definitely called a couple of my friends like, hey,
me too.
You got about 3, 4, 5 I can hold
Me
until
too.
this day.
Me too. Yep.
Because you like, I have nothing else to say. Like, you can keep sending me this invoice and I can keep avoiding it, or I can just say, hey, you got it.
Yep.
Like, give me until this moment and I'm going to get it for you.
Right.
And I think as we get older, you have to start taking accountability for that.
Come on.
And I think that's the one thing as an entrepreneur, you have to take accountability.
That's integrity.
I can take accountability and I can own that this year during Black Wine Fest, for instance, we may not have had enough glasses. Yeah. And part of that was probably because I just, towards the end, just started letting people, just get a ticket. I don't care.
Yeah.
So that was on me. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Sorry, team. Got it.
Yeah.
Won't do it again.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's like, if I were to just be like, well, you all just have to lean into this, like, no, like, because it affects them.
Absolutely.
It affects how, we order our food. It affects how we set up the space. Like, it affects them as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, although like hearing certain things back is hurtful, you still have to be able to say, okay, all right, I'm sorry. My fault.
Yeah.
I own that one.
Yep.
And I may go to the corner and cry it out.
Yep.
Because I'm a girl and I'm emotional. And I can own that. Me personally, I am emotional.
Yeah.
I will cry at the drop of a dime sometimes.
Me too. So don't get it twisted. I'm like, cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not fair.
Yeah, I'll be sick sometimes. I gotta let them go. People know me. Like, this dude crying.
Manly tears.
Yeah, manly tears. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about it at all.
Manly tears.
So look, I got a couple questions for you.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Round them off.
So we got this. Would you rather?
Okay. Go.
So, would you rather go back to a teenager with all the knowledge you have now, or after death, come back as someone else and you can pick whoever that is and you have to live their life?
Oh my God.
Whoever it is, you can when we pass away, you immediately come back as that person and live all the accomplishments that they got. That's you now. Not with your own intellect, you got to live their life out.
Yep. You're just basically a rider in the
body.
Yep.
Body, yeah.
I think
that's interesting.
I think I would go back and be a teenager with the knowledge I have. Because I can take the knowledge and I can then pretty much what I know now, I can not groom myself, but prepare myself of what my future looks like. Make in certain decisions that we make as teenagers. I would not make. Like, I probably would have went towards golf. Soccer. Or I would have applied at not just state schools. Like, I would have applied I only applied at one out-of-state school, but I would have applied at more schools. I would have chased those dreams different. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
I would have used, absolutely.
Okay.
That's what's up.
What you about to say, man?
I would say for myself, I would go the same route. I can't see myself trying to be an avatar of somebody else's body and journey. I'd be like, that's kind of boring a little bit.
Yeah. But that's interesting though. I mean, if you can come back as like Harriet, anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about
that's what I'm saying. Like I
thought about
anybody.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
I gave that a thought.
I think
Me
the
too.
Obamas
Be
are
the
like,
president, the first black president. What?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been
that would be crazy.
A good first lady. I probably wouldn't have been, because they would have been like, she always at the bar in the overfit.
Oh my gosh!
Like, she always got something in her. I do.
Yeah.
What are we doing today? I don't know.
It's 3 o'clock somewhere.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you ask Barack?
Yeah. Right.
Like, man, your wife out here in these streets, bro.
Yeah.
She's just like living super normal life.
Pushing the wine initiative.
Right. She is pushing this initiative.
Right.
Of, wine and addictions and habits, but she's carrying a glass.
Right. Everywhere.
All the time.
Everywhere.
That's the problem.
All the time. Her glass stays wet. All the time.
So, okay. So our next one, you get 2 wishes. You can wish for whatever you want except more wishes.
I think my 2 wishes would be complete. I wish for complete peace all times.
Yeah.
Like, that sound piece. And then I think
for yourself or for
myself,
okay.
For myself.
Okay. No matter what's happening in the world, you be at peace. Right on. Okay.
Just a constant state of peace. Like never feeling
anxious and okay. That's good.
And then I think my second wish would be, I think for everyone to truly love everyone. I wish everyone would just genuinely love everyone.
God.
Like, can we all just get?
Yeah.
When Rodney said it best, can y'all just get along? I legit, y'all. When I tell you, can we all just get along?
Yeah.
Like, why is there?
I know.
I love you. Can you love me
Yeah.
back? Like, why do we have to be so angry all the time?
Yeah.
You know what?
And jealous of each other. That's the thing. Oh my freaking God.
I think the answer to that would be, hear me out. Follow me. Is if everybody was to go on a 3-day fast.
Okay.
Everybody in the world. Okay. Step
same
one.
Same time.
At the exact same time.
Okay.
And then on that third day, it was free food for everybody, and the streets would be filled with music and dancing.
Oh yes.
I think everybody would have. Listen,
you got something.
We wouldn't care about nothing else.
Listen, your enemy could be sitting right next to you. You so hungry. I'm not thinking about fighting you right now.
Food does a lot, bro.
Listen,
food does a lot.
Pass me the salt, please. Right. That's what my conversation will be with you.
Right.
And listen, after this, we're gonna hit that dance floor together, and we're all gonna be happy.
Dang.
Ooh, I can. It'll be an outside barbecue.
It'd be the world block party.
World block party.
That'd be good.
And chicken will be the main dish because everybody loves chicken.
Everybody.
So
maybe there's some chitlins in there too.
Nah, for sure.
Some hot sauce. Oh my God.
Cornbread.
Man, listen.
And you need some Coke or Pepsi to wash it down.
I'm about to throw up. That just ended the whole interview. That's talking about chitlins. So two. Give me a business tip for all our entrepreneurs. We always we always want to give out some game, man, because we target a lot of entrepreneurs and, just people who are making movers and shakers in our communities around the world. But we always want to give some game, man, because this is some of the stuff that I wish people would share with me coming into trying to be an entrepreneur, seeing even what it's like, man, what's something that we should be aware of or,
So I definitely, first things first is like truly have a plan and write it down. I think I just had like an idea that I honestly, Black Wine Fest came from being at a bar with ex of mine and we were writing it down on the cocktail napkin. So, and then it just happened and it's just, it is where it is. Hindsight 2020. I just got articles last year. I should have did that in 22, 23. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But writing it down and truly having a plan. So that's like number one. Number two, I cannot stress this enough. Have your debt together. Have your credit together. As somebody who I am a very open book, I have filed bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And my credit has done all the things.
Say the nay that mode.
Right. It's everywhere. It's legit. Like 1 minute it's up here. Right now it's just here.
Yep.
And I'm like,
yep.
Okay. And really understanding that your personal credit affects your business credit.
For sure.
And, like having a hold on it, like making sure you have a certain amount of money in the bank.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was you, but it was somebody ultimately was saying, you never invest your money.
Yeah.
Like you never invest your money for, like, you should be able, be it if it's a business credit card or if you
use other people's money.
Yeah, use other people's money to make it happen. But, and I think that's the hardest lesson for me because when I filed my bankruptcy, I'm still like pulling up out of it.
Yeah.
So it's just,
sis
is over here like, that's why when we talk about the ups and downs and the
it's like, real.
American Express, just give it to me. Just give it to me.
Quit playing.
Like, stop. Like, can we stop going through this?
Yeah.
Like, please and thank you.
Trust me.
Right.
Trust me. Trust me with the black card.
I'm growing up.
Yeah.
Oh my
Trust
God.
me.
Yeah.
But then again, this is also why, again, I'm not trying to be funny, why sometimes I feel like you need that partner because you have that person who, you have that balance. Like, I've even thought sometimes, and I would say this to anybody too, don't be afraid to potentially have a partner. to think about somebody like, who is somebody that I could do this business with?
Yeah.
And maybe they have the financial backing that you need, and they can really be that partner to you.
Or the connection, not even the financial back, but they know somebody.
They know people who know people who know people. We have 2 girls who are coming for Black Wine Fest next year. I cannot wait for them to sit down and tell their story and talk about it. Because when I say, I'm like, they did it. Like, very smart.
Yeah.
The way they went about it. But I would say, those are the nuggets I would have. So making sure your money is right.
Yeah.
And then having a plan.
Get an accountant.
Writing it down.
Yeah.
Get
an accountant. Like, that was my thing. Oh my freaking God, them taxes. Jesus Christ, son of Mary and Joseph. Get man, all them.
A bendy.
Get an accountant as soon as you freaking I promise you don't want them problems.
Because I definitely, year 1 and 2, those are the ones that I'm still fighting.
Yeah, buddy.
Now this year she did a good old job. She gave me them. I said, now how much? She was like, oh, we good this year. I said, we good this year. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
22, 23 got me a choke.
Yeah.
Hold up.
An accountant.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to also say, and then throw in there, like, talk to like some of these free services, like Small Business Association, ECDI that's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are sitting, waiting for people like us. Yeah. If you have an idea to say, okay, I'm going to give you a checklist, and these are the people that you need to be talking to. It's okay to ask for help, especially when it's free.
That's good.
And I would even say also, like, this is something that I've really been trying to tackle in the last couple months is applying for these grants. Like, it's hard when you are in certain spaces to get grants. In my industry, it's hard. So, because to them, it's like, oh, you're just a promoter. And you're just like, no, I'm hosting community events. And then I still do have my nonprofit. So that's a good thing too, to get it. But then you're like, I'm getting this in my nonprofit, this grant. I need it. And I need it in my for-profit.
Sure.
But really looking at grants, and I've even gotten to a place where I am heavily considering just having a grant writer. I think it's about, when you are an entrepreneur, know your strengths and weaknesses.
That's it.
Me, I finally have a social media manager, so she is managing that. Like, I'll still post a few things, but and I'm sure you all know this because we're the same age. I hate social media. Yeah, I want it, but I hate it. Like,
it's a love-hate thing.
Yeah, it's a love-hate.
Like, I mean, but if somebody wants to, send me some brands and do some PR stuff, like, I'll make it shake.
Right.
Because these PR, this new wave of content creation, they making bank.
Oh yeah,
they are.
Yeah,
killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my gosh.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, like, I did that. I am talking to a girl about doing the grant writing for me. Like, that's not my strength. And I don't necessarily always want to have to go to AI because it's taking over.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I got to get on board, but I'm like, dang, can I write something from my heart?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I would say know your strengths and weaknesses and grow.
That's good. That's good. You got to be able to delegate. And you got to let people drop the ball and correct people and build them up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to only grow is to the point of you doing everything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yep. Like, if I'm doing everything and this is it.
Yeah.
There's no $1 million corporations that don't have people on a team. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to delegate. So that's good. But what else you got? So what's on the horizon? What you got coming up? Anything you want to promote? Tell them how to follow you, all that good stuff.
So we got Cincy Rose Fest next week.
Okay.
On 28th. A wonderful day out on the lawn. You got beautiful people in all shades of rosé, a bunch of booze of rosé and drinks. So,
and what's that date?
June 28th.
Okay.
So we'll be out at Ziegler, which will be a good time. And then honestly, I'm taking off. I have not been off since last year, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm taking July and just resetting. I need to do a heavy reset of the business. So I'm going to kind of, I won't say disappear, but I'm going to let my social media person handle that. And I've been going to kind of disappear for about a month and do that. And then we'll start ramping back up for Black Wine Fest, the Grapevine Foundation stuff. So
we'll be in that bad boy like
jamming. having a good old time. So it should be good.
Dancing with the wifey.
I probably will have
kicking it with my brother.
Yep.
Right. Just having a good old time. I may have one other tasting because obviously I have my distribution. So I'm bringing new brands into the state.
Okay.
And so as I bring them in, one of the things that I expect is for my winemakers to come in town, do tastings, be the people, sign the bottles. That's how we push product. So you may see a couple of pop-ups of those in the fall. But honestly, y'all, when I tell you I am drained.
Yeah.
I am like,
we know about it.
28th cannot come fast enough for me to just, I mean, when the last person walks off that line, I'm going to get into my little car and I'm going to drive to my home.
Yeah.
I am going to sit on my couch and the way my feet are going to elevate.
Listen, talk about it.
The way I'm not going to move for I don't know how many days.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting.
Yeah.
We chilling though.
Right.
Right.
I was just I'm gonna just lean. I'm just
You're gonna be in the pocket.
right.
Just
Right
chill.
there, just chilling. DoorDash probably every day of the
Right.
day. Like my goodness, but yeah.
So man, we want to thank you so much for real. This was
Fun.
man, this is super dope. You know what I mean? And people to learn about you and what you got going on. Man, we got our good company to sponsor. You know what I'm saying? So we always want to show love. We got a little something for you.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Just to say thank you for coming out. You know, show what you got.
Okay.
Show 'em
Thanks
what you
for
got.
having me. It's I saw Pinky.
Oh yeah. You got the pretty joint. You know what I'm saying? Hit the website goodcoapparel.com. You know what I mean? Get you some good company.
I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm gonna have a glass of rosé.
There it is. There it is.
hey.
And then I'm gonna put it on all of my platforms so they can follow us and seize it.
So what's the platform? Where can they find you at?
So you can find me at www.blackwinefest.com. But then you can find me at Black Wine Fest on IG. Remember, it's BLK. You can find me at Lush Life Brands.
Okay.
You can find me on Lush Life Brands and Black Wine Fest for IG and Facebook. There's something else. Oh, it's my personal, but
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
You don't want to get that. Yeah, we ain't giving that out.
No.
Yeah, I try and be mindful about that. Yeah. And then if you're on TikTok, I'm Resident Lush, but I don't really tickety-tot because TikTok is just too much.
TikTok
And
is
it's
doing much.
They say it's gonna go away, but he gave them 90 days, so we don't know.
Dang, again?
He gave a 90-day extension,
Oh wow.
Doubt it.
so it ain't ever gonna go away.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Nah.
So
Vern,
Yo,
any last words, man? What you got?
dag, am I dying or something?
I mean, I don't know.
Any last words?
I don't know the future. I don't know the future.
it's like Easter, like
The future ain't in my hands, brother. You gotta ask God.
Right. Final words. How about till next time words? Like,
Well, that's our time, man. We love y'all. We need y'all to get it together so that we can get it together. Peace. So listen, if y'all enjoyed this episode of Get It Together, man, if you want to bless LCSS, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all know that help get our views up. It help promote the people who we get doing the interviews with, having the conversations with, good convos, good people. Shout out to Good Company Apparel, man. Yeah.